found you on the side of the road in a cardboard box and adopted you. That's what my older siblings told me all the time before I was too young to know anything else. There's a big difference between the first, middle, and youngest children. They are all different and hard in their own ways, but not necessarily harder than the other. First, I want to give you some perspective on my point of view. I'm the youngest of four. I have two older brothers. Ethan is 23, Luther is 21, and an older sister, Rose, who's 20. Ethan and Luther are both married, and Luther and his wife are going to be having a baby in November. In our time today, I'll be discussing the differences between the firstborn, middle, and youngest children. Let's start with the one who's always named first. Clara Sabalova, a psychology professor from the University of South Wales, said that oldest children are natural-born leaders. I have to say that I agree. They're always getting put in charge of their younger siblings, and whenever parents are gone, or if they're just busy, they're always babysitting and taking care of them. Older siblings also never know defeat until they start doing school sports, especially in more physical activities like playing football, basketball, or baseball. It's pretty easy for my older brother Ethan to just stiff arm me to the ground and then run for a 600-yard game that day. Whenever we got Rose to play with us, the teams were always Ethan and I versus Luther and Rose. That's when I got to be part of the winning team. Not that I contributed very much, but that's besides the point. When we couldn't get Rose to play, it was Luther and I versus big bad Ethan. We never won. Luther was always just enough smaller than Ethan, and I was way too small to be of any difference in the matter. Oldest children aren't always just big, bossy, and mean. They have some unique responsibilities. One of those being that they're a guinea pig. They're the ones that the parents teach or learn how to be a parent on. So the parents are going to make mistakes, and the oldest children is going to suffer from that. Because of this, parents are often stricter with the oldest children, and so they maybe have stricter rules with things like bedtimes, movies, and stuff like that. On down the line we go to the middle children. They're kind of right in the middle of the pros and cons of both. In one sense, they have all the cons of both the youngest and the oldest, but they also have all the pros. They are also close in age to everyone, so they have more rivalries. In our family, Luther has a rivalry with Ethan and me, but Ethan and I don't really have a rivalry because there's a 6-year age gap. Middle children are also less of a guinea pig because they aren't the first one, but they're still more of a guinea pig than the youngest because they're not the last. They have less of a shadow that they have to follow in because there's only one or two people in front of them. And whereas the youngest has all of their siblings ahead of them. Amy Johnson, a writer, blogger, and mother of 4, says that middle children are less likely to have a big ego than their oldest or younger siblings. I think this is because, well, in my family, Luther would always get beat up and lose in sports to Ethan, but then he would turn around and do the same thing to me whenever he felt bad. So he had the humiliating part of it, but also had the confidence boost of beating me. Last but not least, the baby of the family. Being the youngest child is much different than the others. You're the last one to come along, and your parents have had practice on your other siblings, and people say that they get soft on the youngest children, but I prefer to say that they just got better at their job. Either that, or my siblings were so naughty that my parents just gave up, which in my family is totally possible. When I talked to my brother Ethan about this speech, he said that youngest children get more attention when they're little. I don't agree. If you look at our baby books, his baby book is completely full of pictures of him as a little chubby baby and toddler, whereas mine has maybe 3 pictures in it. Being the youngest is not all sunshine and rainbows, and it can be both a blessing and a curse to have older siblings going before you. You're never the first to do anything like go to high school, go to college, get married, get a job. Nothing. Someone else has already done it before you. It's sometimes nice though, because you can see all of their mistakes that they have made and learn from them without making them yourself. So you can go through things a little bit faster and easier than maybe they could. John Strassel from ABC News said that youngest children tend to pick interests that are opposite of their older siblings because they want to be their own person. They don't want to follow in their older siblings' footsteps. Youngest children are also always told what to do, and they're never in charge and never the smartest in the room. And after many years of this, you start to forget how to think for yourself. I've noticed this in myself at work. The first year I started working at Pine Country Nursery, I had a hard time trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing when someone didn't tell me exactly what I was supposed to be doing. There's a big difference between oldest, middle, and youngest children. And while all of them are very difficult in their own ways, none of them are necessarily any harder than the other. I've learned a lot from my siblings, but one thing I know for sure is that I was not adopted from a cardboard box.